Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Well, I am trying to get, as I stated in my last coloring chat, trying to get through my requested videos list, and I got a couple of requests quite a while ago to do another picture out of the Mystery Mosaics books. These are by Mindware. And you can get these directly off of the Mindware site. You can also get some of them, not quite all of them, because I think there's a set of, 16 now? I think there's 16 different books. Or more. I can't remember now. You can get some sets of them right on Amazon too. So I will go ahead and link Mindware's website if you want specific volumes or books, and then I will link some from Amazon too if you want like some sets. I think they come in like sets of 4, maybe 2. I'll have to do some digging, and I'll link some of them down below. But I like to color in my Mystery Mosaics with my Super Tips, my Crayola Supertips. I'll link these down below too. They come in a couple different sets, 50 and 100, I believe. So what I did, of course, I matched up my colors right away, and I just took a little sticker, wrote the number of the color down, and taped it onto each pen, each marker. So I have there are 36 colors in these books, and they're the same throughout all the books, so I always like that. In the beginning of the book, it lists all 36 colors that you will need for these books. Not all 36 colors, of course, are in every single picture, but these are the possible colors that would be needed. Now, they do have a set of colored pencils specific for these books. So there are 36 pencils in there, and they are, I'm assuming, numbered, that would correspond with all of these colors. I don't have them. I'm tempted to get them and try them. I can't imagine that they'd be of super high quality. I don't know. But considering the fact that they are already matched up to these colors, I may try it. I have never ever done a color by number in anything other than marker. Never did it with gel pen and never did it with colored pencil. With water-based, alcohol-based, and fine liners, that's basically all I ever use for color by numbers. But yeah, maybe I will get that and I'll try it and we'll see how they work out. So I decided to color a picture out of here with out of book 12. And I just picked a picture, and we're going to color this. Now, all of their books are identical. They are in squares. Now, you know, if you've seen any of my videos in the past with Belba family, you know how I love to do my X's. You would normally be able to do that in here, except for the fact that some of these squares have a diagonal slash through them. They have 2 colors in the square. Let me zoom in and show you exactly what I mean. So you can see there are 2 colors needed in many of these squares. So you can't really use the cross stitch method in this book, in any of these books. So these will always be colored in solid. So let's get a-going. You have your color palette over here. These are, and this is one nice thing that I like when color by number books only give you the specific colors that you need for that picture. So we're going to need 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 21, 30, and 31. And then there are some blank, although I don't see any. Some are left blank. If it's blank, you just leave it white, of course. Okie dokie. So I'm not going to do the background. It looks like there's a lot of 19 and 21s, which are blues, light blue and aqua. There's a turquoise. So it looks like the background is going to be like blues. So let's start with the 5, which is a cranberry. One moment, please. Sorry about that. I knew I was going to cough, and I don't want cough in your ear. Okay, so let's get out the number 5. Where's my number 5? Oh yeah, it's back here. I have not used my Crayola Supertips in a long time, but they work great in these books. When I first started collecting these books, that's right, they don't, oh yeah, they stick on this end, but I'm not going to do that. I colored a lot in these with my Crayola Supertips. I do have Copics figured out for these books also. This is one I did. This is with the Crayola Supertips. So, I mean, they turn out really pretty. This is some of them are double-sided. I mean, not double-sided, but it's a pull-out page, so it's 2 pages. But don't they turn out pretty with the Crayola Supertips? Oh, I think they're gorgeous. So nice and vibrant. So, let's get going. Number 5s. Of course, I'm sure I'm going to miss some, but then I'll just go back on my own time and fill them in. Let's zoom in a little. Okie dokie. Because of the unique tip on the Crayola Supertips, you know, you have the fine point at the end, at the tip, but then if you color on the side, of course, you can color in bigger areas. So they work really good in these types of books. Okay, I see, here's a 5. So here we have some half squares that are 5s. And of course, by, you know, cutting the square in half, you can get more detail. How is everybody doing? Everybody staying safe, everybody healthy. Everything is good around here in relation to everything that's going on anyhow. We still have not had a ton of cases of COVID-19 here in our county. Unfortunately, we did, I don't know if it was today or yesterday. Oh, that was a 15, not a 5. Lisa. Oops. We did just have our first death in our county, which is so unfortunate. I don't know where it was. I haven't seen any news yet. It was just a breaking news alert I got on my watch. And it, yeah, just stated that, so I have not heard anything more about it. But is everybody finding stuff to do while you're at home? I tell you, well, of course, I'm still babysitting, so yeah, I don't have all day to, you know, try to think of stuff to do. And even if I did, I would never get bored. Never, never. We have our crafts to do, right? Coloring and diamond painting and just organizing. You know, I love to do that. Color charts. There's always something to do. I always have a to-do list. I am very much a list person. This week has been a week from hell. Oh my gosh, and that light is really flickering. Is that showing up on camera too? Okay, sure, when I want to watch for it, then it doesn't flicker. I don't know if something's coming loose. But, yeah. Figure I'll tell you about my trials and tribulations this week and get everybody's mind off of everything else going on. Yeah, the kids, I think, have just been around each other too much. Because, yeah, normally, you know, I don't have Jaden, my oldest, here full-time. But of course, with no school now, I've been having him full-time too. If you're new to my channel, I babysit my grandkids every day. And Jaden is 12, Maddie is 3, and Levi is now 8 months old. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge. But oh my gosh, they've been acting up so much. And yeah, they've been really testing Grandma's patience. And Thursday was just, oh my gosh, I don't remember having such a bad day in a very, very long time. I was having a couple of house showings actually on Thursday night. And yes, I'm still trying to sell my house. And yes, it is still deemed an essential business. So there are real estate agents, the agencies are still open. And yes, we do house showings, but there are, of course, special safety protocols in place now for both us as sellers before the house showing and then on the potential buyers end also. I have to go around the house, turn all the lights on in every room, make sure every door is open, all closet doors are open. Many of my kitchen cabinets, you don't have to have them all open, but basement doors open, lights on down there, everything, so that the people coming in and or the realtor doesn't have to touch anything. And they have to wear booties on their feet. They have to, of course, have masks on. And then even when we do come back home, I still go through and, re-sterilize everything. Go around with my antibacterial wipes and, wipe down all door handles and my kitchen countertops and things. So, and yeah, it's been working out okay. But yeah, so I knew I had those Thursday night. And so I had been wanting to get my carpets steam cleaned again. I have this really nice steam cleaner and closely resembles the rug ductor that you can rent, but I think this even does a better job. It's a big machine just like that, but it's a Bissell, what is it called? Big Green or something like that. And yeah, it does an awesome, awesome job. So Wednesday night, I spent, after the kids were picked up after 7, I vacuumed really good, and then I spent 2 hours steam cleaning carpets. And, dusting, cleaning, all that good stuff. And so then Thursday, oh my gosh, Thursday morning then I swept and mopped the hardwood floors. Well, silly me. Oh no, after the kids were here and after I laid Levi down, I did that. Maddie, of course, had to help. And so I let her do her thing for a while until she got sick of it. And then I went over and I mopped everything. Put the big bucket of water that I use. It's a specially designed bucket for the mop that I use. And put it up on the hearth, I guess you'd call it, by the fireplace in the living room, as well as the mop while the floor dried. And kind of forgot it was up there. So when I got Levi up from his nap, it was there. And yeah, didn't think too much about it. I was in the kitchen. Can't even remember what I was doing. Maybe getting the kids lunch. all of a sudden, I heard splish and whang. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He hurt himself, you know. I go in there and there is water everywhere. All over the living room carpet, going into the dining room on the hardwood laminate floor, which, you know, water is never good for laminate flooring. Levi, I had just changed him when he got up from his nap, is drenched. Oh my God. The carpet looked horrible. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I went and got towels and I was standing on them and trying to, you know, sop up as much of the water as I could and, you know, wring the towels out, come back. And I mean, because it was, I don't know how many gallons of water. Quite a few. And yeah, and then to wipe up all the water that was in the dining room. And so what I did, because of course the carpeting was really dark over there then, and I have a house showing in a number of hours. Yeah, that wouldn't be too good because it looked like it was so dirty there. And I just steam cleaned it. It wasn't dirty. Oh, but yeah, it was much, much darker there than the rest of the floor. So what does Lisa do? Lisa goes and gets her blow dryer out. And I proceeded to use a blow dryer for the next couple hours onto the carpet. Maddie would hold it sometimes. I would hold it sometimes. Sometimes I just left it on the floor and angled it, you know, towards it, and then I'd move it a little bit. Yeah, I did get it to the point where it was just damp, you know, but it still looked kind of funky, but there was nothing more I could do. So, yeah, I had to call it good. And, yeah, so that was one thing that happened. Let's go on to number 6 before I get into the next thing. Number 6, which is red. Okay, then the next thing, I was out in the garage getting something. And Maddie always likes to follow me out there. Or she has to open the door and tell me something, or, you know. So she proceeded to open the door to tell me something, and Bella zooms out the door. And she is gone. I'm like, oh my God, what next? A few choice words came out of my mouth. Oh, and I'm like, what next? So I told Jaden, well, I just kind of yelled into the house. I said, keep an eye on Levi. And I went chasing after the dog, who, of course, just, you know, ran down the street, was into the neighbor's yard, sniffing away. As soon as I'd call her and get close, of course, she went zooming off. I'm like, I'm never going to catch this dog. Well, eventually, the other neighbor's yard, she finally kind of stayed put near their flower bed. And I managed to nab her and get her on her leash and get her back to the house. I'm like, oh, Lord in heaven, Lord, give me strength, you know. Well, in the meantime, shortly after that, Bob got home. And, you know, we were talking. I was saying what a bad day it was. All of a sudden, cop pulled in the yard. And I'm like, what the heck? It was our neighbor down the street is a cop. It's actually my next door neighbor's son, who is the cop. And then I have another cop that lives across the block from me, and he's a county cop. The one down the street is our town cop. And he must have been the one on duty, so he pulls into the yard. I'm like, what the heck? I thought maybe he just wanted to talk to Bob because, you know, Bob knows everybody. And no. I'm like, why is Russell here? And here's somebody called 911. I'm like, what? I said, Jaden, did you dial 9? No, it was Levi. Never thought to tell me this. I guess he had the landline phone while I was out chasing Bella around. Yeah, he was watching him real good. And there must be, it's a landline set of phones that Bob picked up at a rummage sale or estate sale or something, because the batteries, I mean, mine was kind of going, so he picked this up. Well, there must be a speed dial for 911 in there. And Levi just managed to hit it just right so that it dialed it. Yeah, so of course they had to respond. You know, Jaden didn't even think to tell me that before we all of a sudden had the cops show up in the yard. Oh my God, I'm like, yeah. So, yeah, it was not a good day. It's like, okay, what else? What else is going to go wrong now? Because, yeah, although bad things usually come in 3, that's what they always say. So I guess that was my 3. Although the kids were still, Levi's been cranky, although I think now I discovered his 2 bottom teeth finally popped through, and he has been so smiley now. So I think his teeth were really bugging him, and that's why he's been so cranky lately. So hopefully he will at least be in a better mood now. But yeah, I think Maddie and Jaden are just around each other too much. You know, they're around each other full time, 24/7. And I think it's just, you know, although they do play together at times too. But yeah, you know, sister and brother are going to get at each other's throats sometimes and over the stupidest stuff most of the time, right? He touched me. He's on my side of the couch. Maddie, move. You know, it's just, oh. And if one doesn't listen, then of course the other one's just screaming on top of their lungs like they're dying. And it's all because somebody touched them. Lord, give me strength. I'm never so happy as when Friday hits. Friday night is the best night of the week. Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I am lucky to be a grandma who gets to see her grandkids grow up. You know, not every grandma gets to say that. You know, I'm part of my grandkids' lives, much more than many grandparents get to be. It's just, you know, doing it on a full-time basis just gets to be much. Yeah. But even considering how naughty they've been, Grandma had to, of course, I went and got groceries Thursday night. And I thought, well, I got to get them something for Easter. So I got them each one of these pre-made up Easter baskets, you know, those great big humongo things. And Maddie's was perfect for her because it had a Barbie in it. Okay, a pretend Barbie. A Barbie knockoff. And a horsey, a big horsey in there. And she loves dress up, of course. She's a girly girl. And this one, and she loves crowns. So this one had a crown in and earrings and one other thing. What was it? A necklace? Something like that. So yeah, I thought, oh, that would be perfect for her. And she did. She loved it. I had to help her find it, but she loved it. And then Jaden's has had, he is so into, Nerf guns and stuff like that. So this one had all kinds of guns in it. It had like a couple different Nerf guns. It had one of those that you put the thing on top and you turn them and then you fire it and they fly off. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but yeah, it had a few of those in it. And so yeah, he seemed to like his too. I had to, of course, help Maddie find her basket because silly Easter Bunny, hid it up high. But I put it in a cabinet where she always drags a chair over to anyhow to get something or another out of. So I figured, she might go and look in there. Well, no. So I had to help her find hers that the Easter Bunny hid too well. But then Jaden couldn't find his either. So I had to do warm and cold and hot for him. I hid it in the... Because I know, like most kids, when they're looking for something, they never move anything to see if it's there. Something could be hidden under a blanket or whatever, but if it ain't sitting right out on top, nope, it's not there, right? They never know how to move anything when they're looking for something. So I thought, I had thrown that load of sopping wet towels from when I was wiping up all the water. I mean, they were all clean. I had just washed the laminate flooring and I had just steam cleaned the carpeting, so I knew the towels were clean. I threw them all in the dryer for a couple times to get them all dry. Most of the time, those towels are only used for when Maddie plays in the kitchen sink anyhow, with her pretend dishes and stuff. So I thought, it's good enough for that, right? So all those towels were still in the dryer. So I hid this big basket in the dryer and put all these towels over the top. And he even went in the dryer and looked. But of course, like I figured, he didn't move any of the towels. Boy, does that Easter Bunny know him or what? So yeah, he couldn't find his Easter basket anywhere. It was pretty funny. Yeah, so yeah, I had to help both of them. But yeah, they had a good time. And I wanted to get them something that didn't have a whole ton of candy in. And this only had a couple, like 3 little things in the bottom. It had like 1 pack of Skittles, a pack of M&Ms, and then fruit snacks. So I thought that was enough candy for him. And plus 1 was even fruit snacks. So not that there isn't sugar in those too, but they liked them. So yeah, that was fun. But then, yeah, the rest of the day, well, that was Friday. Thursday was the nightmare day. And I ended up playing when Jaden has to be off electronics. His favorite thing to do is play with the guns, the Nerf guns with Maddie. And sometimes Maddie doesn't want to play. Usually she loves playing with her big brother. Sometimes she just, well, then Jaden's upset because he has nothing to do. Well, Friday, Maddie had agreed to play. So they were racing around. I was hanging on to Levi, kind of walking around with him because he was getting cranky. And Maddie all of a sudden comes running around the corner. She goes, here. She gives me the Nerf gun she had. She goes, shoot Jaden, shoot Jaden. I'm like, what? He's down there. And so I peek around because I have like a circle in my house. I have the stone wall with the double-sided fireplace. And then the living room, going through the dining room, the kitchen, the family room, and around and around. So that's what they run around. Well, Jaden was on one end, because it's a wall here too. And so he was hiding down there. I was on the other end by the kitchen, and I'm peeking around. and I seen his head peek out, and I shot, and I missed him. So then he knew I was unarmed, comes zooming up by me and shoots me. Well, that started the war. So we proceeded for the next, good half hour. I was getting Jaden. Maddie was chasing me, hanging on to my hand. As I'm hanging on to Levi in my left arm, the gun was in my left hand. Maddie's hanging on to my right hand. Oh, my heavens. Oh, I got my exercise in. But my left arm was dying. So, yeah, after a half hour of that, I said, Jaden, I got to sit down. I got to put Levi down. I said, Ma. Okay, yeah, this week is ending on a great note. Yeah, I knew my microphone was not fully charged when I started this color and chat, but I figured there was plenty of juice in them to get this done. There is a transmitter and receiver to this wireless mic set. The transmitter is what clips on to my shirt, and then the receiver plugs into the phone. The receiver indicates the battery, life, what's left in both the receiver and the transmitter. And obviously, I did not pay any attention to the battery levels. Yeah, halfway through this color and chat now, the batteries went dead. So there was no audio. I'm like, oh my, okay. Yeah, let's real quickly learn how to do a voiceover. So if the audio is sounding different now than what it did in the first half, that's why. So you're going to see my hands doing some things, and my voice, what I'm talking about has nothing to do with what my hands are showing, because I have no idea what I was talking about at that point in time in the video. I know many of you have seen, voiceover videos. There are quite a few color tubers who, like Anne from A Colorful Life, that's all she basically does is, voiceovers. There go my hands. And, a few others do just voiceovers. I don't know how you guys like voiceovers. This is actually kind of nice, just watching myself color on my computer, and I'm recording on my phone. And hopefully I'll figure out how to get this audio to coordinate in the middle of my color and chat, because the first half was okay. So I have to make sure I get this in the right spot so that my voice is coordinating with what I'm doing on the screen. Oh, yes. But let me know in the comments below how you would feel about if I did occasionally, not all the time, but occasionally do voiceovers. Just like I said, is actually kind of nice, not talking and coloring at the same time. Of course, when I did do this initially, I was coloring and talking at the same time. And especially for color by numbers, it is actually kind of hard to do. Looking for those numbers, so your brain is doing a couple things at the same time, and some days that's just really hard to do. So yeah, let me know what you feel about voiceovers. And, you will not hurt my feelings if you say, I'd prefer if you, did the coloring and the talking at the same time. I myself, I kind of prefer that. So that's kind of why I've never looked into doing voiceovers. But being forced to do this one, I can actually see it is kind of nice. I like I said, wouldn't want to do it all the time. But yeah, maybe here and there. But I want to hear from you guys, and feel free, be honest, whether, voiceover or no voiceover. I want to know from you guys. So, okay, there's that. Now, What was I talking about when the audio quit? I believe I was at the point where I was talking about playing with the Nerf guns with Jaden. After we, when I said I had to sit down because my arm was dying, of course he had to start bugging right away. Oh, can we play later? Can we play later? And I'm like, I don't know. I says, it depends how you guys are. Yada, yada, yada. Well, they were not that good in the afternoon, especially Maddie. Maddie was a lot worse than Jaden even. Oh, that girl, I could tell she was tired. When she's tired, that's when she gets super naughty like that, won't listen, cries about everything. Like anybody that gets tired, right? Never at your best when you're tired. But, so he was bugging me later, and I said, the way you guys were? He says, well, Maddie was worse than me. I said, yes, that is very true, but, well, yeah, Grandma gives in, and we played with the Nerf guns again, and we had a good time. It's so funny listening to Jaden giggle the way he does. I mean, we had a good time, so I know from now on, every day, he is now going to be bugging about playing with the Nerf guns. Oh, boy, oh, boy. And I'm sure some days I'll feel like doing it, and some days I won't feel like doing it, and he's not going to like that. But it is what it is. So I know I talked about the day from hell on Thursday, so I won't go over that again. I think basically that's what I all talked about. I think I talked about how the super tips work so good in this book, but I don't know if that's when the audio was on or when the microphone died. But yeah, these colors are just so vibrant. For the few of you that have never used the Crayola Supertips, these just work so awesome. And, color by number, there's so many colors in the 100 set, you can pretty much match up the vast majority of colors in a color by number. And they're just so budget friendly and... yeah, they work really, really well with the type of tip that is on the super tips. You can go to the very tip of it and you got a nice fine point. Then when you have something bigger to color in, you use more of the side and you can color in bigger places better. So like here, I'm using the side of it and I can color in the big squares much easier. But yet when you have just a half of one, like right there, you use more of the tip. And they work really, really well in these books. And because you're doing just a small square at a time, water-based markers have a tendency to streak. It's just the nature of water-based markers. But when you're doing just a small square like this at a time, you don't see any streaking. So yeah, they work out really, really well for this. Okay, what else did I talk about? Oh, I hate that. That's the worst part about, goofing up like this, is because you have absolutely no idea what in the world you were talking about. And I have, let's see, how far am I into this? I don't have my glasses on. I'm into it about 40 minutes, and it's a little over an hour video. So, yeah, what else did Lisa talk about? I don't know. I guess I'll just talk about whatever, because, yeah, I have no idea. I had heard on TV that the Easter Bunny can still come tomorrow. Today is Saturday. Now with having to do this voiceover, there's no way I'm going to be able to get this up yet tonight. I was hoping to get this color and chat up today on Saturday like I like to do every weekend. But that's not going to be possible now because, have to finish this voiceover part and try to get it all coordinated together and then still, do the rest of the editing and saving and uploading and all that. So yeah, this won't be up till tomorrow, which is Easter Sunday. So happy Easter, everybody. But yeah, I heard that the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy are classified as essential workers. So you are, all your kids are still going to get their Easter baskets because the Easter Bunny is okay to travel during these times, and the Tooth Fairy also is approved for traveling, as they are essential workers. Isn't that hilarious? Oh, that was funny. Yeah. I have to have some comic relief in these times. So yes, I hope everybody has a great Easter tomorrow. We're not doing anything. We typically don't do a lot for Easter. The family doesn't all get together for Easter or anything like that. Or not always, I should say. But, so, yeah, we'll just be sticking home and things will be quiet. And yeah, so let's see, what else did I talk about? Let me see. I did talk about the selling of the house and the house showings and all of that, right? Yeah, I think I talked about that already. So I won't cover that again. Oh, yeah. Who has all filled out their... I'm sorry, I'm sitting here clicking my pen. That's probably driving you nuts. I'll put it down. Who has all filled out their 2020 census? I have not yet. I keep saying, okay, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Commercial will come on about the 2020 census. Oh, yeah, I got to do that tomorrow. Like they say, tomorrow never comes. So, yeah, I think I'm going to put the thing I got in the mail on the end table here because you need that code off of it. And so, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get it done this weekend yet because I still have a lot of things to do tomorrow, which will be today for you guys because it'll be Sunday before you see this, unfortunately. I'm hoping I'm going to get this all working. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, and like I said, it's already getting late, but I want to make sure I'm going to get this up and running and all pieced together the way I need to. Otherwise, I won't be able to sleep tonight. So I know what I'll be working on. Yes. I had seen a YouTube video. And I don't even know how it popped up. I think it was on my front page, as you scroll down. And something caught my eye, and it was about PSA Colored Pencils. And I'm like, PSA makes colored pencils now? And so I watched the video. Get this. It is just a set of 36 colored pencils, but guess how much they cost. Now, maybe some of you have heard of these already. I hadn't. So you probably are aware of the price if you've heard of them. Let me tell you, it's not a set of colored pencils I'm ever going to try, because for 36 of them, it is almost $100. Yeah, I'm like, wowie. That's quite pricey. And when she showed them, boy, they didn't look like anything extraordinary. So, yeah, you're basically, paying for the name, the Posca, because, everybody heard of the Posca paint pens, so I suppose they're building on that, knowing everybody's getting into colored pencils, and I suppose next they're going to come out with markers and gel pens, and maybe they do already, and I don't know it. I don't know, but wow, $100 for 36 pencils. Unreal. Especially when, like I said, they didn't even look, like anything that great. But, oh well. Shouldn't say anything just in case somebody has this set of Posca pencils out there. Yeah. So, yeah, how far are we now? We're in the oranges yet. Don't think, oh yeah, here I'm talking about the diagonal lines again. Hopefully, as I am getting this together, I really am hoping that I get the audio, corresponding to what I'm coloring, because I'm talking about what's going on in the coloring chat. But like I said, it would be kind of different if this audio started right from the beginning of the video, because I would know exactly, where it went. But because I had to place it in the middle, well, you'll have to forgive me if everything's a little bit off, because this is my first attempt. And yeah, like I said, it's a little bit different. And yeah, because I think that I'm talking to you guys as I'm coloring this, I do have a tendency of using my hands to talk, even when I'm not coloring. So yeah, you'll see my hands moving, and I have no idea what I'm telling you. Here I go again. Don't you love the colors in these flowers, though? Oh, I think it is turning out so pretty. Yeah, the colors are, all connecting together so well between the dark on the outside, and then going into the reds and the red-orange and the oranges. And then the insides are going to be the lightest. Here comes the goldenrod, which is the dark yellow. And as you keep going in, it gets lighter and lighter. Whereas when I typically color a flower, I color it the exact opposite. I always start in the middle, being the darkest, and then I work my way out where the outside of the petals are the lightest. How do you guys color flowers? Do you start dark in the middle and work your way out to light? Or do you start light in the middle and work your way out to dark? Or, I guess, you could kind of do a combo and start dark in the middle, come out to light, and then, sometimes you'll do like where the light source is on the petal to make it look like it's bent. You do light right in the middle, and then you go back to dark on both sides. Does that make any sense whatsoever? For you color pencil people, I would think you know what I'm talking about, but I may not have explained that very well at all. But yeah, everybody colors a little bit differently. But I love how these flowers ended up turning out. And again, it's with light in the middle. So I have to remember that when I do color on my own, which has not been lately. Lately, I have just been absolutely addicted to color by number. And that's been going on for over a month now. I think I have just been needing some very, stress-free type of coloring, just like everybody else. And for you, your stress-free type of coloring is going to be very different than what my stress-free type of coloring is. For some people, Your relaxing type of coloring is taking your colored pencils and layering and layering and blending and blending and just taking your time on a beautiful picture. And see, for me, that would be stressful, at least right now. I just am not real patient when I color, and that's why I always seem to be rushing when I'm coloring, and especially during a color and chat. You know, when I'm on camera with you guys, I typically color faster. I seem to be in a hurry, and I don't know why that is. You know, some of it could be that I want to get as much done as possible on camera with you guys. And, you know, maybe some of it is the fact that excuse me. I'm afraid I'm going to run out of things to talk about. Just a minute. I have to take a sip. That's better. Now I know what Anne means by when she says it's like magic. You can take a sip of soda or whatever you're drinking, and yet the coloring on the screen for you guys just keeps on going. It's magic. Talk about being able to multitask. Look, Ma, no hands. Oh, my goodness. My eyes are watering now. Okay. What was I saying now? Oh, yeah. For some people, color by number is just, perfect. Or, like for me, my patterns or mandalas. But yeah, for some people, just, spending time with them colored pencils is, just perfect for them. And it's nice that we're all different. Here I think I'm talking about the different colors for the inside. There was a white peach. And of course there is nothing close to a white peach in the Crayola Supertips. The next color is a yellow. But then the very last color is it's called white peach. And so basically what I had to use was my lightest yellow. That was as close as I could get. So, but you know what? In this particular instance, the bright yellow that I used as the pale peach or the peach white, ended up working really, really well. This is the second to lightest color now that I'm putting down. This was supposed to be peach. And while it kind of resembles peach, it's quite on the pinky, it's kind of pinkish more than peach. But again, it worked. So, but yeah, you'll see the next color after I get these peaches done. Again, is supposed to be white peach, and yeah, it's quite a bright yellow, but again, in this particular picture, it really works. And that just goes to show you don't have to, if you have, say, a 36-48 set of markers or, whatever medium you're using, and you can't match up the colors exactly, because there are 36 different colors in these books. So, it's quite a few colors. You're not going to be able to match up the colors exactly, and that's okay. When Zoe Archer used to have her channel, oh, I miss her channel. She did basically all color by number pictures. Very, very rarely did you see her color something that was not color by number. And she almost always colored with Statler 326s, fine liners, things like that. And of course, not like me, she, or most other people, you do not have your colors picked out ahead of time. So she would just dig through a basket of different coloring, supply markers, water-based markers, pick out one, for say a light green, or, and I've seen others do this too, and I cannot do that. Just fly by the seat of my pants like that. That's just not me. But yeah, you're not going to match up the colors exactly. Here I come in with that white peach, and yeah, you'll see how bright of a yellow it's going to be, but it is my number 31, and like I said, there is no such thing as white peach. I don't know where Mystery Mosaics came up with that name, that color. Not too many. Now, maybe my Copics, yes, but other than that, but like I said, in this particular picture, it works out great. So yeah, it's nice and vibrant in the middle, and yeah, I think it works out so pretty. And then just having those little bit of half squares that remain white. When you see this picture from back far, after I get the yellow in there, you'll really see how that white, just leaving that little bit of white in there, really helps accent the center of these flowers. So this picture actually turned out to be a really good picture to color with you guys in a color and chat. I don't know how many of you have these Mystery Mosaic coloring books. Let me know in the comments below. And if you do, what do you use to color them with? What coloring medium? Do you use pencil? Now, there is a set, I don't know if I mentioned this in the first half where the audio worked of this color and chat. Mystery Mosaics does have their own set of colored pencils. And if I'm repeating myself from before, I apologize. But I do not have the color pencil set. The colored pencil set exactly matches all 36 colors that are needed for this whole series of books. I have never, ever used colored pencils for color by number. The only thing I use for color by number are either water-based or alcohol-based markers. But I am tempted to get that set of pencils and just try them out. I can't imagine, I wouldn't think that they're super high quality pencils or anything like that. But it may be interesting just to test them out and give it a try. I see there I missed another number. So I'm assuming I'm coming in and coloring that in. Yep. A darker yellow. The goldenrod. That's what it was called. Goldenrod. So yeah, I think I'm going to order those pencils. Of course, it'll take a bit for them to get here, but I'll have to try them out, and then after I've used them to, try one of these pictures out with them, I'll have to let you guys know how it went. Should be interesting because, like I said, I'm not a big colored pencil person anyhow, although I want to get my colored pencils out. I've been in the mood for coloring something botanical, some type of flowers with my colored pencils. And so, yeah, I'm anticipating, or at least I want to. Yeah, I'm not sure which book or even what set of pencils. And I have no idea what I'm talking about here, why I'm pausing. Oh, yes. I finally remembered the last color and chat I forgot, and I forgot at the beginning of this one to read the positive affirmation. So I don't know if you can read that on your screen or not, but it was very fitting for right now. About, you don't want to blame anybody. It says release, don't blame people for, things and whatnot. And, in this day and age right now where we're having to be stuck inside so much, many times with your spouse or significant other, because everybody's working from home and therefore you're getting on each other's nerves, and you kind of got to go to your own corner, right? Got to have your own safe place in your house, you know. It's really easy to point fingers and throw blame and whatnot. And I certainly hope our divorce rates don't go up after this. Oh yeah, talking about my subscriber count. I'm getting very close to the 5,000 subscribers, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So, as I mentioned in my last color and chat, now it will not be an announced giveaway, and I explained in the previous video, my last week's color and chat, why. So if you are interested in that, go back and look at that video. But yeah, I will be having a 5,000 subscriber giveaway coming up, and stay tuned for that. Won't necessarily be the video right after I hit 5,000. Maybe a couple videos, but somewhere within the color and chat, I will announce the giveaway. So yeah, hopefully that will be coming up shortly. There, doesn't that look pretty? That's why I said in this particular picture, that bright yellow for the white peach actually worked really, really well. I'm talking about the colors that are left for the background. There's blues all the way around the top, and then there's some greens down on the bottom. And so I'm going to be doing the background off camera. And then, yeah, there's my boo-boo. I'm going to see if I can go over that with Posca or something, cover that up. See how well my super tip will go over the top of that. It's got to look better than the way it is right now. Because, yeah, that's kind of like staring right at you. Not going to look too good in the middle of a blue background. So I definitely want to do something with that. Yes, Lisa screws up again. But, even now, especially looking at this back on my computer, really looks nice. And again, this is from Mystery Mosaics. This is book number 12. And again, I will leave links down below in the description to everything I have been talking about. And I'm not sure how much longer I have to go. Yeah, I'm assuming I'm coming to the end. Yep. So I hope you enjoyed this color and chat. I am hoping this voiceover is going to work again, and that I'm going to coordinate everything correctly. Yeah, if you enjoyed this color and chat, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to my channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I put up new videos. I really hope everybody is having a fantastic weekend. And again, happy Easter to those of you who celebrate Easter anyhow tomorrow. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.